Sometimes we forget why we're here. It's easy to fall off track. These help us remember.
These battle scars don't look like they're fading, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Growing up, I had a dream, something no one else could see. Tell me what it means when your faith is falling beneath your knees and you can't breathe. Everything you see reminds you of what you're not or something you won't be. You gotta take what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians or choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business. Not at the system, they want to do it just because they heard it pays. A lot of people talking like they know, and that's how we've been raised. Society is getting heavy, I can feel the weight. The pressure of success is like 100 million pounds of shame. And that's the reason I'm staying up late, trying to find a way to escape the stereotypes this day and age is making me feel like the only way I'll be happy is getting signed to a label and making money through rapping. I wanna share my emotion because this world is attacking the very principle of life that lets the people be happy. If you don't have a reason to breathe, why even live? These battle scars are impressions of everything that it is.
Don't look like they're fading, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're fading, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Now, if I had a voice that reached 100 million people, I'd tell them there's a reason that we're all created equal. Cause some decide to be great and some decide a sequel to an average person's life is simply what they want to be. So you make your decision, all I know is what I'm given. Won't define the life I lead or the way I dwell in existence. I've seen a greater image on the walls of where I'm living, and the words twisted and scripted remind me of something written. Faith is a gift that is given down to the people. If one believes it, one receives it. It's given if it is needed. Don't ever think you're trapped in a life that you never wanted. Your options are infinite, that's some mathematical logic. I'm not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers and these battle scars on my church. Not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers, these battle scars on my church.
Don't look like they're fading, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're fading, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Okay, ooh, that is too close. Hold on, let me do the zoom and pan and pull this out a little if I can. Hold on one second. Live camera, okay. Woof, much better. That was like, whoa, you know, Wayne's World, whoa. Okay, sorry to try to make light of this, but my day has gone from great to a bad day. I had that light on. I wanted to make sure all my lighting was on. A bad day. So we're going to go over it. We're going to pull up the email. We're going to look at the charges. We're going to go through them. Because I'm going to go through them with an open mind. Maybe there's something in there that I need to repent of. I don't think so. But I'm going to go through it with an open mind. There's certain nothing for removal. I'm going to be completely honest. Yeah, Ryan, I'm going to talk about that. About Ms. Epke's utter irresponsibility in her timing and vindictiveness in her timing. So here I am trying to work for the party at the 50th anniversary. Do you think she could have had different timing? Do you think this timing was irresponsible? It hurts the party to take somebody who's actually there trying to work with members and donors. She had until the 28th to give notice, at least according to our normal rules. She could have done this tomorrow night after the 50th anniversary party was finished, but she had to ruin my weekend vindictively. What an awful person. I'm sorry, she's an awful, awful person. And we'll get in, and I'm allowed to say that, Ms. Epke. You might not like it, but I'm allowed to say that. How dare you try to stifle free speech? Because that's what you're doing. I'm saying things you don't like. I'm saying things that you don't like, that my delegates who elected me approve of, and you're trying to use your power to remove me. Sorry, the Republican is still in you. I'm sorry, Tarantina, and I can't pronounce shit. I'll cry. I'll cry when people are trying to ruin my work. I don't mind doing that. What an awful person. The motion is awful to begin with. We'll get into that, but the timing? And here's the funny thing. She overplayed her hand and went way over the line. How dare you accuse me of violating the NAP, Ms. Epke? You are slandering me. You slanderous person. And slander is fraud. And slander violates the NAP. You're just a mean-spirited, vindictive person. I think you're jealous of me. Honestly. I'm popular and you don't like it. Because you're a former senator and you think you should have that popularity. That's what it comes down to. I'm just going to be raw here and say what I want. Because you can't suppress my free speech. Because that's what you're trying to do. I'm allowed to have a YouTube channel and say my opinion. You want to know what? A similar thing has already gotten overturned on appeal. Angela Keaton tried to get removed by the LNC because she was doing political satire of the LNC. And she was successful in keeping her seat. So you don't like my speech. You find that difficult to work with. Well, too bad. The delegates elected me. One second. I gotta take care of this. Hide user. Okay, you guys shouldn't be able to see that anymore because I have no idea. If you want to come here, you need to speak a language everyone understands. So I don't know what he was saying. Please let me know if all that gobbledygook, if you're not seeing it anymore, because I think I took care of it. And Julian, if you end up coming here, if you could ban that user, please, I'd really appreciate it. This is just ridiculous. So here I am at the 50th, having a good old time. And my friends see this motion come across. They don't want to tell me. It took a while for me to see it. And it just utterly ruined my night, as she intended it to. Because she's just mean. Mean, petty woman. But we're going to go through the charges. Was it Japanese? I thought it was Japanese or Arabic, I thought. I just don't understand that language. I wouldn't mind if we all understood it, but you're not going to spam my channel with a language that people can't understand. Yeah, everyone who can come to Kentucky to support me, even if you weren't, I've done a lot for you. And I would appreciate the support, because right now, I feel all alone. It's bad enough that the motion was made, but she could have made it tomorrow night. This was just vindictive. It was just absolutely vindictive. And anyone in the LPKY that supports me, please come to this meeting for public comment and tell the RNC how you feel. Honestly, I don't think she has the votes. They may, but I don't think she does. But that still doesn't mean it hurts me. It doesn't hurt me. And here's the thing. Because I now have to prepare a defense, Thank you, Miss Epke. I can't start my job on Monday. Thank you for ruining me. Thank you. I hope it's worth it to you. Because I won't have time otherwise to prepare my defense. Now, just an FYI, there will be a point of order raised. Hi, Mike. I wish you were coming to Kentucky with me, quite honestly, because Wayne can't come. Now, there's going to be a point of order raised because I think we're going to look through the charges, but there were 3 appendices. I think there were 3 charges. And the ruling of Ken Mullman when he was acting chair was that each charge would require 5 days to prepare a defense. So she hasn't given. Wayne has business, and it's next week. He can't put off this business because now I can't start my job on Monday. So unless we want to lose our house, we're paid up, but we've got a mortgage. I can't, Tarantisha. I just can't. My mental state's not there. I just can't. They know this. I think I can start in 2 weeks, though, because they have multiple start dates. This is kind of like a document mill. But I can't. I'm not in a mental state. They knew this would break me. And even though I kind of knew it was coming, it's still... And then when I actually read it, I have to tell you, I'm tempted to file a motion to censure against Laura Epke because the motion itself is abusive and against Robert's rules. But we're going to go through everything. I'm just giving you the intro, basically. I'm just unloading my feelings. And I'm sure they will pick apart this, too. Because apparently I'm not allowed to say my feelings. And you want to know what? I was in an abusive marriage for 20 years. Do you want to know what people who are abusers do? They tell you you can't say your feelings. This is me. I will say my fucking feelings. Kiss my ass. I will say my feelings. You have no right to tell me I can't. On my own channel. This is outrageous, and we are a laughingstock because the Republicans are watching this and going, look at how the libertarians are behaving. But you accused me of violating the NAP. To you weaponize the NAP against someone just because you don't agree with them is not libertarian, Miss Epke. You don't understand the NAP. And anyone who votes for this does not understand the NAP. You might disagree with me on many things. You might actually think I deserve to be removed on many things. But the charge against me in this particular case is violating the NAP. And any LNC members that votes for this deserves to be removed because they don't understand the NAP. How dare you? We're going to go through this. And there might be things I'm guilty of. I'm going to go through this with an open mind because sometimes, like any of you, I shoot off my mouth. I'm not perfect. I'm not an angel. And if I'd done something on this list that actually was inappropriate, I will apologize and acknowledge it and say maybe I should be censured for it. There's nothing I've done that deserves removal. This is still all retaliation against a whistleblower. And Gregory Koch asked, if the motion fails, do you think you'll still be able to serve alongside members who voted for it, Ms. Epke in particular? Yes, because I've already been doing it since they tried to remove me in June. I'm able to work with people professionally I don't like. I've been doing it in Colorado for a long time. I just won't be friendly. I'll be professional, but when the meeting's over, we're not going to go have beers. We're not going to talk, but that's life, I've been able to do this for years, so absolutely, but that is an excellent question. But I never liked Miss Ebke, to be honest with you. So this isn't like when my friends stabbed me in the back. Mike, I can't impose this upon you, but I so wish you could be there to give your speech and public comment in person. But now we're going to go through, because she did give particulars. But remember, all of this started after I whistle blew on New Hampshire. This is what this is all about. Because here's the thing. I can't prove this. But through reliable sources, Ms. Ebke and others were floating various ways they could remove me. And one of the ways they floated was those impromptu interviews I did of Gilletta and the New Hampshire folks. What she's doing now is option B. This is all about New Hampshire. Other LNC members know that the idea was floated to remove me for those interviews. You know it. And you are corrupt if you vote for this knowing that. And the reason they didn't go for it, because there were other LNC members present and they wanted to target me. That's why. This is all corrupt. A corrupt LNC. And I am being targeted for calling them corrupt. Now here's the thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're not corrupt. But how in the world can you have transparency and accountability if someone can't at least make that accusation, even if they're wrong? That is what whistleblower protection is all about. If you say that you can't ever say something's corrupt, then corruption happens. But let's go through the charges, because it's absolutely ridiculous. I'm not as organized as possible, and I know you guys are going to laugh, but the stress from this has already given me a fucking urinary tract infection. Laura, add that to your charges, because you don't like it when I mention my health. Laura, add it to your charges that, oh my goodness, she said we're giving her a UTI. She's abusing me. And I'll show you how. And she's abusing every single person out there that talks about mental health. She ought to be ashamed of herself. And anyone on the LNC, yeah, it is possible, like, when you have extreme stress. Remember, I'm live streaming now, but I've been going through this now. It's been about 4 hours since I found out. And yeah, it's possible. Extreme stress can cause... I'm just going to tell you, I have, inflammatory cystitis. It's a bladder issue. And stress will just cause it to malfunction. So, yeah. Now you can add that to your list, Miss Ebke. I wish you weren't so jealous of me. So, 1 second here. I think I'm being advised by my parliamentarian not to talk about the charges myself, but I have to. And because I have to defend myself. So let me now pull up her email that could have waited until tomorrow. So here we go. It is with a certain reluctance. Don't lie. You're not reluctant whatsoever, Miss Epke. You know, it's like Richard saying, with a heavy heart. You didn't have a heavy heart. JJ, do I need to call you before I continue this broadcast? No, what's the difference of a preview? I don't care anymore, Mike. They need a preview. Because I have to defend myself. You know, there comes a point where there's strategy, and then there comes a point of self-respect. I'm sorry. I have to do... Okay. JJ wants me to call him first. Okay. I guess I'll do that because I don't want to anger everybody. So, listen. I'm going to cut this out now. I've told you what I feel. I think the charges are bullshit. And I would like to go through them publicly. But I have someone giving me advice. So I'm going to give JJ a call. And I might broadcast again. Because yeah, to me there's a higher principle, and there's a mental health principle here that I can't handle keeping this all to myself. So while strategically it might be better to be silent, I can't handle that mental health wise. And even if strategically that's better, I hope you understand, everybody, that maybe I can't do that. But I'm going to call JJ, and maybe I'll be back on. And this is already public. You guys can go read it. And the one thing I'll say before I get off, her little summary is really well done, and it sounds really terrible until you go and actually read the evidence, and you go, holy shit, this is bullshit. But her original email is very well written. But I don't know if I can stay silent. So I believe I've charged my phone. I'm going to sign off and go and call JJ. And we'll see where it goes from there. So maybe I'll be back on. If I am, I hope you all will come see me, hang out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go back to the 50th tomorrow and fulfill my duties. So I'm going to try, because that's my responsibility. But nobody wants to see somebody just sitting there crying all the time. And before I leave, I want to thank, he's not here because he's at the 50th. I want to thank Eric Radsup for being a very, very good friend. Bye-bye.